We're live on the internet.
Ooh, we've made it.
Everybody panic.
Hey, I should muck with your orientation by making myself full screen.
Okay.
So I can maybe see you.
Hi.
Maybe see. What is going on?
Hello, everybody in chat. Also, Knitting Purple, Raspberry, Susanna, Sandy, and Liz.
Huh?
We're here. We made it. Despite the fact that my camera refused to be a camera because it's angry that I'm trying to make it a webcam and it doesn't wanna. It threw a tantrum and I had to reboot my entire computer.
That's okay. I don't know what mine's doing now, so.
But we got here.
Are you still getting my video?
Yeah. You're coming through just fine.
Okay. It's just on my end. Shit's being weird. Awesome sauce.
Great. We love it.
Love it. Cool, I'm allowed to see you, but I'm superimposed in the one corner, which kind of mucks with you showing me anything. Okay, awesome. Fine.
Oh, delightful. Oh, you might have done the picture-in-picture thing?
Nope. No. I went from window to full screen.
Oh. Susanna says there's news. Have you told me the news? What news?
Oh, she put the box in the mail. It should get to Erin just before Erin leaves for vacation, so you'll see it on the 27th.
Perfect.
No, because this is me and Diana literally got on a call 5 minutes ago. There hasn't even been time to talk because she immediately got off the call to deal with her tech issues.
Also says my camera's still not helpful at all, and no, it's not. It threw a tantrum. I have tabs open for research for new webcams.
I may have been like, oh, I dream of the day when I could have something as fancy as a new camera. Life and things in life. Shall we do a podcast episode?
Let's do a podcast episode.
Let's do the thing. I'm obviously working on something because I'm looking down, not up.
When are we not working on something?
I'm always working on something. I wanted to get this part done before we went live, but I absolutely had a crappy sleep last night. So here we are. I did finish breakfast though before we started. Bad.
Hey,
like I woke up around 2 and I couldn't fall asleep again till 6. Like a bad night's sleep. So I'm like, okay, that's helpful. Thanks, body. You need rest right now, so of course this is assistance. Yeesh. Okay, smoky hokey pokey.
That happens to me too when I'm sick.
I
can't sleep, can't eat, and I know that's exactly what I need. And like, body, you're being so unhelpful right now.
So unhelpful. Like, thanks, dude. Exactly. When did you replace my normally moderately okay body with this nonsense? I have questions. I have no idea what episode number we are. Let's do
402, I believe.
402. Let's do an intro. Welcome to the Northernist Podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana.
And today, on this Sunday of December, we shall discuss, I don't know how many items or projects, but I'm like -2 Celsius for temperature. So it is very warm in the apartment right now. I am unhappy about it.
I did not have a lot of time this week between I had my first 2 dance performances, so that took up a lot of time, plus all of our building up a backlog of podcast content for while I'm away, and I ended up with not a lot of time and a big whip it or rip it goal, so I have whip it or rip it.
Jeez, Murphy. Girl, I don't know about you.
It's
all
exciting,
of this extra stuff. All this extra stuff. I don't know.
Half the extra stuff was you.
Would you want to record all of that stuff we needed to do while you were getting ready to leave, while your parents were in town?
Oh, no, that would be absolutely impossible.
Not me.
It's just the time of the year where there's extra stuff. That happens.
Not me. Yeah, I did 2 extra volunteer shifts this week, and then I paid for it because somebody was sick when they went on their school trip. Thanks, parent who sent their child to school sick. I then caught tiny chickens. Thankfully, I have had my flu shot, so it doesn't so much matter because I've had my flu shot. So I didn't get that sick. I think I may have been like, oh, thank the heavens I never had children. Also, whew, thank goodness for things like vaccines. They're so helpful for me. Oh gosh. So I am slowly getting better. I didn't really get that bad. Like I didn't get to the point where I'd like to stop and sleep for 4 or 5 days straight. But I definitely felt kind of garbagey the last few days. Not so much today, just tired and poor sleep. So I must be on the mend. So my body's like, you can stay awake forever. And I'm like, no, I can't. No, I can't. Trust me, body, this is not how this works. So with luck, I'll feel better in another couple of days. That'll be good. I did stay home from Warhammer, which is why we're recording.
Streaming.
Can you tell we record 11 months of the year? Why we're live earlier than planned today? Since I super don't want to give this to anybody else.
Alice was saying, sleep has not been too good here. We had a weather change and my sinuses don't like it. Got about 1 inch of snow today and it went from -5 to +2 over the day.
Yeah, we did a race. We were on Wednesday, Thursday, we were -30s, deep 30s, almost 40s with wind chill. Today is Sunday and we're -2.
Blah.
So we did a wonderful migraine-inducing, headache-inducing barometric shift as usual. Though it is kind of cloudy, overcast, so that does help with the warm because obviously winter, if it's sunny, you tend to be colder.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm hopeful maybe some more snow because we could really use some more snow still here.
I gotta air out my parka this week. Gonna have to bring that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to bring that.
Yeah.
So dealing with the usual weather nonsense that is the new standard norm. You don't need your deep winter parka, I don't think. I mean, like, take a look at the forecast for while you're here, but...
I mean, if it's going to get much colder than -20,
hours.
it's just easier to bring that, because...
Yeah.
That's what works.
We were in the -20s before wind chill for 48, 72 hours. It's like, we're not even doing full weeks.
If it's going to do that, I'll just bring the deep winter parka and layer or not layer as necessary, because my next best thing is my Leonard Taylor coat, and that does not do -20. No matter how many layers you put on.
It's not meant to.
No.
It's not supposed to do -20. It's a fall coat, not a winter coat.
Well, it's a winter coat here.
Yeah, well, you're in southern Ontario, babe, not in Manitoba.
Yeah, I know. That's why I bought the coat. I wouldn't have bought the coat if I still lived in Winnipeg, because I would have only been able to wear it like 2 weeks of the year.
I know. Well, no.
Here I can wear it all
you're
winter.
You're up to about 6 to 8 weeks here now. We don't really have cold winters. We get little snaps, that's about it. If you've got exactly one item...
Yeah, sorry. That's how the week went.
Okay, I will go because I have well more than one item. Even with all the extra work that we did this week.
Performances went well. If I can compress the videos sufficiently, I will stick them up in Discord for our Patreon members.
Plus the extra volunteering shifts I picked up this week. That's right, you heard me. And tiny chickens. Oh, tiny chickens. How I loathe thee. All right, I got my dad's slippers, I need to put them on feet point. So this is where they stop. I got 2 3/4 completed men's big slippers. I now require said foot C's to go into slippers, so I know how big the sidewalls need to be.
Are they
Since
going
the instructions for the pattern are make up sidewalls, like continue the sidewall rows, I should say, because technically it's done in the round, but you flip back and forth, so you're doing rows, till high enough to sit comfortably on the foot.
And how high is that? Who knows?
Who knows? I need the foot to go in here to tell me how much higher he would like the sidewalls of his slippers to be. So for the moment, and it's not like I can stick my feet in, because like I may have a large lady's foot. My dad's feet are still bigger.
Your dad is tall.
6'2" in a bit. My dad's big. All the men in my
Melanie's
family
asking
are
about the tiny chickens phrasing.
Oh, it's because I caught a cold. It's a very old internet nerd reference. So rather than saying I've got influenza or I got the stomach flu or whatever, I just say I've been cursed with the tiny chicken plague, because it feels like there's tiny chickens in my body fighting a war with my body. It's an inside nerd joke. It's just in my brain it's stuck. So now instead of saying I'm sick, which sounds terrifically horrific, I just say I'm suffering the tiny chicken plague, and we move on with our day. It sounds more accurate. It's a Hank and John Green reference. It sounds more accurate than saying I've got a cold, because it feels like your body's gone to war. Like, they're not wrong. I absolutely feel like I have done my first deployment overseas somewhere in a battle zone by the time I am done. So, like, I wholeheartedly agree with that. I have undergone combat inside my person. So that's
Jude says, I need an equivalent for when my body decides to wage war on itself.
We got to make up something, right? Like, I need the equivalent for when I have no day. Like, I need better than I'm having a focus day. I need some sort of fun, pithy statement I could tell Diana, and Diana be like, oh, yes. Them's the breaks. Like, I don't have one.
My brain is on a hamster wheel today. My brain is the hamster wheel.
Hamster wheel? Yeah. I usually go with no bueno, Captain. I don't know what site is. Can you go look at this thing? Not today. Tomorrow's not looking good either. I might have usable vision in 2 weeks. Book it in. No guarantees there, buddy. I was originally going to make my dad's slippers out of some beautiful gray cotton yarn. However, I am having absolute crap for focus this month. So Daddy's getting bright red slippers because that's the yarn I can see.
Are you going to do any white trim because it's Christmas, or just
no? God, no.
Red?
He's just going to have solid red slippers.
Okay.
No, he's not into that kind of fancy work.
Says, the break you're trying to reach is currently unavailable. Please try again later.
Please try again later.
Accurate.
Also not a bad option. So no. Just plain red slippers. They are 100% cotton, so they will stretch. They will do a little bit of breathing. Not a ton of breathing. Cotton's not amazing at it. Cotton's okay at breathing. But the biggest thing is Mom can throw them in the washer and dryer, so they will shrink back up because cotton will stretch. So that was the idea with those. Just not in the gray I bought to do it with, so I've got this lovely gray yarn to use at some point. What are you going to do, right? Oh, could you? Phaedra's been helping, as usual.
As she does.
Yesterday, we had the Patreon ENIT, which we had a week earlier. For those of you who are not yet tired of hearing me talk about Patreon. Patreon members tier 2 and above get to join us monthly for a crafting week and day situation. We spend a chunk of Saturday together, whatever time on Saturday happens to work for the time zone that you're in. And we craft and chat. This week I accepted groceries. They were running late. And I started to unwind an old project that I had. She helped to knock the blanket on the floor to reclaim the black yarn to finish off my sister's sweater. I do have black yarn in a ball, but I'd rather use the scrap black yarn first, right? Like the reclaimed black yarn.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that the yarn ball stays in the yarn ball. I've done this much. It's not even a full row. Just a quarter of a row. I spent the first 4.5 hours unwinding the ball. So this is the annual Christmas blanket by Mikey of the Crochet Crowd. This is a very old whip for me. In fact, I think my oldest whip. And it is going to be a blanket for my sister. We're almost big enough to be a nice curl up under the couch blanket. So I'm going to finish the pattern repeat for this row. And then I'm going to just do some double crochet rows to flush out a border. And we'll be done.
Nice.
And then I will tell my sister I will make things for her in black again, but only if they're knitted, because I find knitting in black much easier than crocheting in black.
Yeah.
We're big, guys.
Much eyeball.
The blanket goes.
It looks so good.
We're just long enough now to fit from my waist down to my toesies. Hence we just need a border at this point, right? That is being made out of some impeccable yarn, and in blues and in black. I know, shocking, but it's true. Those are the colors that they are, which will look really good on my sister's burnt orange couch.
That's a color.
I like my sister's couch color. I think it's very cute. You have helped enough today, ma'am. And whatever help it is you're thinking of doing, I say no.
And yet.
Okay, she's looking at me going, I don't care, Mom. She's on her wooden stool right now, which she uses to get up to the computer table, looking outside and looking at me. She's perusing her territory from her window perch. Oh, now we're up behind the computer. Go eat your space kibble. I know that's not what you want.
Camera falling over.
Go
hello,
cattail. You're not helping. I'm just going to put you down.
Much.
Hi, Internet. Bye, Internet. Oh, that's not what you wanted to end up. Too bad. That's one. That's two. Why do you only have one project?
Because it was a big project and I had very little time.
Please put in complaints.
Liz says sleep deprivation, watching a live, and doing a pattern decrease. Not necessarily a good mix.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I wish you luck.
That'll be good fun.
Melanie says, I'm currently cleaning up the piles of clean asterisks clothes that were on my side of the bedroom floor. Effexor and antidepressant is starting to work. Better living through chemistry. Yay!
Do you want a cat?
She's back. She's determined
No,
today.
she's on top of my sister's blanket, on top of the yard, on the other table where she's not supposed to be, settling in for a nap.
Yeah, sounds right.
I hate you. I don't love you anymore. I'm gonna send you to go live with my sister forever. Yeah, I'm gonna be cat free.
No, she's already got a cat.
You were doing so well this morning when I finally fell asleep. You only head-butted me like 50 million times instead of 50 million billion times. Now you've knocked Dad's slippers off. Are you happy?
Ooh, camera's crooked too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's helping.
Being a full menace today.
She's helping today, guys. Because cat. Are you done now?
Never.
Oh, for the love of Pete. The other thing I did a little bit of work on when I started editing the last bonus content video today, this week, has been the scrappy blanket. This is a truly scrappy blanket. There is no plan, there is no rotation, there is pick up ball, and when you run out of ball, whatever row you completed, you switch colors. I think about all thought I'm giving to it is if I've done a light color, I go to a darker color. That's it. I did this blue section and the start of this teal section here. That's it. That's all. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw this over there on top of you. Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure she looks so impressed.
The idea is to use up my acrylic worsted weight scrap. So I'm just going to go until it's large enough that I'm done with it and I don't want to deal with it anymore. And then I'll shrink it again and it'll be a nice rectangular blanket of some varying size. I do like corner to corner. It is very mindfully relaxing because you're counting to 3 instead of 2.
And 3 is easier than 2.
3 is easier than 2.
For some reason. I understand.
I wish my nose would stop. Oh, boy.
Just allergic to podcasting.
I'm allergic to life right now. I'm still not quite done battling the tiny chickens. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you. Guys, if you're watching this live, or if you're watching this later and it's not live, could you do me a huge favor and hit the like button? That would be great. Thanks. I'm trying to increase our reach so we can build our community and invite more people in so we can learn about new projects and talk to all the peeps, right? Because we want to talk to all the peeps. But YouTube only does what YouTube knows. And YouTube knows the like button and watching things. And boy, we're good at watching things. Not so good at the like button.
Enjoy those watch hours.
It's just fair. It's a thing. All right, we're gonna talk Whippet or Ribbit because Diana doesn't love us enough to have more than one project.
Yeah, sorry. That's how the week went. It was a week.
Regale us. Show us some finished mittens.
Okay. Well, let me tell you, this was down to the wire.
On the crossbar, I'm leaning back. I'm ready for a story.
I perhaps just finished binding off the thumb of the second mitten about 5 minutes ago.
Uh-huh. That's what I thought you were doing.
Yeah. But they're done.
Uh-huh.
They're done, and I even started weaving in the ends. So there. I succeeded at my whip it or rip it. I whipped it. Mm-hmm. I do not have to rip it. They're both done.
Very true.
So there. It was very, very close. I may have been up till like 3:30 in the morning last night.
I was up at 3:30 in the morning your time. So I was trying to sleep. So I could be up this morning. Which is good because you had to gift them.
Yeah. So I'm going to spend the rest of this episode weaving in ends.
Cool beans. Hopefully my
yes, these are the mittens for my mom. These are the Point Edwards mitts that are for my mom to replace the Susie Rogers reading mitts that are just falling apart right now. There's nothing left to attach repairs to, so she gets new mittens.
I don't know where my cat's gone.
These are out of some DK Tweed from Fireweed Fiber Co. in the colorway I'm Under Your Spell from the Buffy collection the other year. Last year before? I don't remember. The Buffy collection.
Buffy was a year before. Last year was a 6-month collection for Ally McBeal. Since 2024 is over in my brain.
Yeah, it basically is. So it's a lovely shades of brown with some pink and green flecks.
You made all of that mess just to go lie down behind the computer.
These are cozy.
Thanks, buddy.
My goodness. I might have to make myself some of these. These
I
are great.
do love the Point Edwards mitts. They're very good mitts.
These are fantastic. So they're done.
What?
I whipped it.
What?
No ripping.
I love the pattern. I've made several Point Edwards mitts. I know how good they are. What are you going to do for this week?
I genuinely had not thought that far. I was just like, oh my gosh, keep talking, please, as I'm binding off the thumb. Because wouldn't that just suck if I was like one row away?
You are very lucky. I can do many projects a week, ma'am. Don't forget that even though you'll be traveling as of the 23rd, you will still have Whip It or Rip It.
Well, I guess that'll be from the small collection of projects I bring with me.
Yep. So choose wisely.
Well, my socks are going to come because those are good travel knitting.
They are.
Something else small will come, and then you still have my Moherino medley.
I sure do.
So I will bring needles for that one because the needles that I put in there are larger than the ones I was using because you knit tighter than I do.
It's true. I very much do.
I don't know what size is in there, but
I think we probably went up to a 4mm, but it's not the size you use. No.
Yeah. So I need to bring proper size needles for that, and that'll be my third project, and that'll probably be a strong contender for Whip It or Rip It.
That's fair. I know where it is, and we can keep track of it, so like that helps a bunch. could be worse.
So yeah, that'll have to be the week 2 Whip It or Rip It.
So long as you keep that in mind, so you're not picking those projects this week, because you're like me, you don't like doing same project back to back.
Yeah, so it's going to be socks and honestly probably the tool stitching.
Probably.
which means
So that's
both
fine.
of those are not contenders for Whip It or Rip It this week. Why don't you talk about your mitts, and I will dig through the pile and figure it out.
Sure. Works for me. I am taking the rest of today to finish these mittens because I was going to have the rest of today, and I have been fighting the tiny chickens. I have thumbs left, so I went from cast on edge to needing thumbs in a week.
Nice.
On top of everything else I did. However, I absolutely need the rest of today till our start time tonight to finish our thumbs. So I will have a pair of finished mitts today. I know when we changed when we changed the updated the information the other day, I was like, I'm not thumbs done in time, but quite frankly,
that's
I
also
agreed
part
to
of why
a later start
it was
time,
so down to the wire, because I thought we were going to do this later, and then we were suddenly not. And
I thought about it, and I went, no. If I'm at the point where I know I'll be done before we would have gone live tonight, that's when I'll do it.
I think it counts.
So that's fine. This is a strand of DK and fingering held together to get extra smoosh factor. Where has this idea been my whole life? Usually in larger projects where I've been like, I would melt to death. No, thank you very much. So I will absolutely be pulling another skein of DK and another skein of fingering out of my collection and making myself some. I did talk to the recipient in question and asked if he wanted the 4 inches of top cuff and then fold it down, and he went, "Oh no!" So it is only 2 inches at the top, which is fine. His present, his call. This is not a problem for me. And I'm using 2. No, I don't know the names anymore. Of Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co.'s yarns, and as you can see, I've done both mitts, and I have plenty of leftover. Which is good because I may honestly hold this yarn double and make some coffee cozy sleeves for the pair of them. It's for my niece's boyfriend. So I might make them matching coffee sleeve covers that they can use when they get their hot bevies on the go. Mostly because I feel this ribbing and I'm like, this would make an amazing coffee sleeve density. So I kind of want to do it.
Lovely.
It'd be so nice. I'm like, I should just make a 1x1 ribbed coffee sleeve. And you don't have to wash coffee sleeves unless you spill on them, and then you can just hand wash them so that its hand wash wool is irrelevant. Because it will definitely be a lovely insulator. So I'm like, nope, that's what I'm going to do. But I have picked up stitches for the first thumbs, though. I have made some progress. I would have made more progress if Diana had talked at all.
Sorry, I was trying to finish.
But she did not. Didn't even offer commentary, guys.
I was trying
chat
to.
For commentary.
It was chat. Chat was commenting. Chat was commentary.
Too busy for me to talk to the internet. Man, I wish.
Okay, I have choices.
I hadn't caught another cold. I was just getting my cough down to something reasonable.
I have 2 choices for Whip It or Rip It this week.
All right, hit me.
We have the librarian. These are tangled. The librarian pullover.
Okay.
Which I think we determined that 1 repeat on each sleeve was too easy, so I guess that's 2 repeats on each sleeve.
We determined nothing. You decided 1 repeat was too easy.
On the other hand, my parents arrive on Thursday, so...
No faffing about for you, ma'am.
Might go 1 repeat, because parents arrive on Thursday, sibling and partner arrive on Friday, and semi-Saturday is just entirely shot with the Last Dance performance.
That's fine. Do 1 round repeat. You still
1 repeat on each sleeve.
You have to put your mother's cowl at the top of the pile this week.
Yes, so that's not a contender for Whip It or Rip It.
You can't show up with just 1 project next week.
There will be at least 2.
You're running out of time.
Okay, so that's 1 contender, and then the other one will be the next section on the shawlography, which is a row of complicated-looking baubles. So it will be just the next section.
Which is fair. Baubles do take a bit of extra work.
I was reading about how to do it, and these look like extra complicated baubles, which is why there's only one row of them, and I'm so thankful.
That's okay. They probably pop really great.
I need to add a little poll for this.
Poll time! I'm gonna have to think about this. Do I go sleeves or do I go shawl? That is the question.
Rip it or rip it. We got librarian pullover. One each sleeve.
For the record, she's purring behind the monitor. So she's laying down, looking out of the window, because I can see one of the slats has been moved a bit. So she's at least got a paw in there, so she can move the slat. I can see her tail at the other end of my monitor. And she's purring.
Start poll.
My cat is just the weirdest creature on the planet. And I've owned cats for years. This is the weirdest one I've ever had.
That one near the top. These are all blankets.
No, very excited. I feel like she knows her grandpa's coming, my dad, and is bringing the can of sardines.
I'm sure she's heard you talking about sardines.
She is a cat and doesn't actually understand anything I'm saying to her, so that's fine. She understands tone and inflection, so she kind of knows when I'm talking to her, but she doesn't understand the English language. That's me pretending she understands the English language. She's responding to vocal cues, just hearing me talk to her. Which is probably why she comes and finds me, because there's no one else in the apartment, therefore I must be vocalizing for her.
Obviously.
Obvious. Because cat logic. All right, well, while the poll exists for you...
Yes, what are your contenders for the week?
Let's talk about things. I think I'm going to put up my sister's blanket. That blue and black one.
Okay.
And I'm going to go finish. Or the Fiddly Bits cowl. And I will do a segment, like a finish whatever segment I'm working. Mostly because I'm going to have to look at the cowl and then repeat the numbers of pi out till I get to the section I'm working on to know whether or not I'm doing like 5 or 6 inches, because I think I'm on a 5er. I think that's what I'm going to do. Either my sister's blanket is done, or I do another segment of the Fiddly Bits.
Also says, scary for a blanket finish.
I don't think I would if I was going to stay in pattern, but because I'm moving to double crochets. The only thing that might take me extra time is if I need to unwind another ball, 2 strands of worsted held together, 1 gold, 1 black. If I have to do that, there goes like 4 hours of crochet time.
Mm-hmm.
And a straight double crochet with an increase in the corner, because it's obviously a square, right? It's not actually hard. Even in black, it's not. Black is just a matter of lighting. That's all it is. Now, I mean, admittedly, I don't know why my light corner isn't working right now. So, like, that's the next project on the list. So, like, it could get interesting, but I suspect it's either it's slightly unplugged and has to get plugged back in. There's no way both light bulbs have blown out at the same time because they get changed at different times. Or it's dead. So it should be relatively easy to suss out what the problem is. And in which case, it is a very old floor Walmart light. It doesn't really owe me anything if it's decided it's time to die.
Fair. All right, last call for poll voting.
Excellent.
I'm going to close it in a minute.
Okay. I want to work on the thumb gusset, but also don't want to work on the thumb gusset because I think I picked up my stitches wrong. So I think I need to pull back a couple stitches and try it again. So that requires more focus, and then I have light for.
Yes,
but I do think I'm going to make myself a PowerPoint Edwards mitts with that DK and worse and single fingering strand held double because my god, it's nice.
Ooh,
I'm awake.
Strand of mohair.
It'd be very warm and very fuzzy. Yeah.
I don't know if that'd be good or not, because if your hands get sweaty, I feel like that'd be horrible. But if your hands don't get sweaty...
Probably it would be horrible.
It would be
I mean,
lovely.
Mine do, but there is no mohair in this house for a reason. I don't like it. So... But I do like the squishy of the DK and single fingering my urine. Mind you, I've got the 2 skeins of
Chad is
DK.
concerned about your blanket finish proclamation.
It's a big proclamation. I understand. It's a very large goal. I'm done with the volunteer for the year. So, like, my volunteering is done. I have a couple of choir concerts to go to this week, which I could do my other knitting while I'm there. Like, cause I've got to cast on mom's mittens, but like I can do I can do mittens in my sleep. So like I can do them at a Christmas concert. And then I've got one meetup with the youth group at the church to do a Christmas ornament. And heavens only knows how many of the kids show up from time to time. So like I could go there and there could be nobody. It could just say Christmas ornaments aren't cool, so they won't show up for it. That's fine. So I don't know. But those kids are good. They wear masks and I wear a mask. So they don't ever make me sick. And I can mask at the concerts. So that also won't make me sick. So that's fine. And I've got the boys on Wednesday. No, I've got the Mysterious Mr. B on Wednesday. We're going to play some Blood Bowl. So I've got a relatively regular week. Work hours in the daytime and that. So not too bad of a week.
Also says, I'd hope to finish the mittens I'm working on, but a wool pant happened instead.
Oh, yeah. But you're doing 2x2 ribbing on wool pants. And as we have discussed, 2x2 ribbing is the hardest thing a person will do in their life. Hardest thing a person will do in their life. What day of the week even is next Sunday? I have a question.
I mean, Sunday will be the day of the week.
Sorry, day of the month. 22nd.
So my poll has
closed. I'm totally good. I'm totally good this week.
And I will be doing the librarian pullover, 1 repeat on each sleeve.
Okay. Apparently the internet likes you better than I do. I was going to vote Shaw. The 22nd is fine because Mom and Dad don't.
The sweater finished.
I mean, yes. I think it should be 2 repeats, but yes. Yeah, because Mom and Dad don't drive down to the 22nd. I'm essentially
losing 3 days. It's not happening.
I'm totally fine. Next week, it'll have to be a smaller goal. I'll probably put a sock on next week because I'll have to finish Mom's mittens and Dad's slippers because I'll have access to said person's body parts to put them on to make sure they fit properly. And then I know on the 27th, you're over and we have a full day planned. 28th is whip sprints, which is a huge chunk of day. And 29th is the next live. So like next week's will be something smaller. But I could have done I could do a blanket finish this week. It's just a regular week this week. The next week really is only because I'm cooking for extra people a couple of times.
Yeah, weirdly, my next week is more chill. Like I have my travel day on Monday, but then the rest of it is just going to be like visiting people.
24th,
and I can at least bring a sock
25th, and 26th. Those are chill days because it's not like you don't have presents to go buy still, do you?
We've barely done anything with presents, and I think that's just how it's going to be because we don't know what to do about presents.
I think it's fair. It was probably the right thing to do. I mean,
we got presents for the kids. We got presents for the kids. Aside from the mittens for my mom, I think that's the only adult that currently has a present in any of our families.
Alrighty. I'm just about done presents for the whole family. My brother-in-law is getting a video game, which he says he's very grateful for because he's got a nice, robust wish list that needs to be depopulated. And I said, I'm on it. To be fair, that's exactly what he did for me. So he went, update your wish list. He's like, and then I will give you super obvious clues as to what not to purchase, and will help depopulate the wish list. I'm like, okay, cool. He's helped depopulate the wish list, and I received my incredibly obvious clue as to what not to purchase. Mostly because they order me fancy soaps for Christmas every year from like Dr. Sasquatch or something. The men's soaps. Okay. And he always does a big order at Christmas. He orders a bunch for him and a couple for Dad and a bunch for me. And I love these soaps. They're very good soaps, and they don't smell frou-frou-y. Like they don't reek of chemicals. They smell of coconut rum and coffee and like bay leaves and sage. Like they just have good herby sense to them. But they're in the Canada Post. So
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy a video game now, and then for your birthday, when the soaps come in, they'll be for your birthday. I'm like, that works just fine. There's nothing you can do about that. That is absolutely outside the realm of your control. Do not worry about it.
Just do something.
It's good. That's fine.
Yes, I did.
But yeah, this week will be a regular week. Next week it is just I've got extra meals.
That was stupid. Don't do that.
You need your darning needle, babe.
I do need my darning needle. I should not throw it in the trash. It's one of the nice metal ones too.
Oh yeah, no, definitely don't get rid of that.
All right, your poll has a very clear winner.
Okay.
You are going to finish a blanket.
Excellent. I'm very excited by that. That's what I want to work on. So that's good choice, Internet. I appreciate you. What I'm going to do while everybody thinks about words for Diana is Diana to our YouTube comments.
Yeah, it's that day.
And while people think of words for Diana, Diana's going to pull up the YouTube comments from our most recently released bonus content video.
I am?
Which was the seasonal bingo cards.
Yeah.
Which start this Saturday, 21st or 22nd at like 4 in the morning, since winter solstice happens. So this is the week to prep your bingo cards. And Diana's going to pull up those comments on the viewer's choice ones. Then we're going to respond to them.
Okay.
Because we should pick a thing for our viewer's choice selection.
Right.
I was going to reply yesterday, and I was like, we'll do it live on the internet. We'll do it live on the internet. That way we can talk to the people who commented. Because they're obviously the ones who are putting some input in for us to pull from. So let's reward the behavior. And I can't give you guys cookies. I'd love to give you cookies, but Mr. Diana has not developed the transporter yet for me. He's in robotics. I feel like he's slacking. So until he gets around to that project, we just have to verbally reward people because I cannot transport them cookies.
All right.
And boy, would I if I could. Because I have a hold of Mysterious Mr. B's mom's pumpkin cookie recipe.
Oh.
Hello. Dangerous.
All right. Hannah Wilson says impulse cast on for both of us.
Ooh. That is a good option.
Liz says make significant progress on your oldest whip or rip. So I guess put the oldest whip in the whip it or rip it segment.
I love the title, but it messes me up all the time, too.
I know, it's hard to say.
Do you even know what your oldest whip is right now? Because, mine's my sister's blanket, and I'm starting that.
It would have to be one of the Stephen Wests at this point.
I don't know after that. I'd honestly have to sit down and give it a serious think.
I'd have to consult my Ravelry, which I have not been keeping up to date this year, so I'm going to try spreadsheet this year.
Okay.
Katie
I don't know after that.
Says finish oldest whip.
Always a good option. This also helps people who are making their bingo cards. How many of you guys are joining us for the seasonal bingo card idea? I'm very excited. Very excited.
And there was a couple of comments about spreadsheets, but those are the suggestions for squares.
Excellent.
So it sounds kind of like 2 votes towards put the oldest whip in whip it or rip it.
Which is fair. I already have whip it or rip it finishes on my bingo card, so I think I'm going to go for the impulse cast on.
I think I might also go for the impulse cast on because, I think it's the Stephen Wests, which are strong contenders for whip it or rip it anyway. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm duplicating because I've already got whip it or rip it on my card, and I've already got it on the card twice or 3 times.
Okay.
2 or 3 times. So yeah, I think I'll go with the impulse cast
on then.
Yeah. I like that one because that's different, right? From the other things I've already got on. Okay. Excellent. You should reply to the people who posted about the spreadsheet since that's what you're thinking of doing this year.
Yes. There was a whole long comment that I don't have time to read right now. Unless you want me to be quiet for the next minute and then 2 more minutes while I form a reply.
You should practice your streaming and read the comment while you're interacting with you.
I can do a sentence or 2. I can't do a whole paragraph about spreadsheets.
This said practice. Dump some points in the skill tree.
I don't have enough XP to level that up right now.
You have to do more level grinding. You have to find more slimes.
All right, we've got some words for the Patreon unscripted ad.
Ooh, lovely.
Delectable, snuggle, trouble, and Grinch.
Oh, those work well together. She says, well, Diana's blue screen of death, hang on, brain shutting down screen comes on.
Loading.
Loading.
All right. If you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/northernitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we share delectable recipes and snuggly patterns, and get into a great deal of trouble with Grinchy knitting for ourselves. I hope the adverb form of some words is acceptable.
I don't think any of us are grammar knobs. I don't think any of us are hardcore on the static language concept.
There, good, done.
All right. I don't know, you guys. Someday.
Oh wait, there's some questions about bingos.
Absolutely.
Sorry, Sandy's wanting to know. I'm going to join. Is it just in Patreon? No, it's just a public thing for anybody that wants to join us. I made a PDF bingo card that is available on our latest Patreon post. It's a publicly available thing for anybody that wants to go check out our Patreon. You can download a blank Winder-themed crafty bingo card, which you can print out and fill in digitally as you so choose, and then just play along.
Yeah, it's along the lines of choose your own level crazy. You gotta pick the things and fill the squares. Thank you. Remember, it is truncated. It's not for a full year. So Diane and I went with a lot of small goals that were easily reached because
we're switching to a seasonal format because we're gonna try something different.
8 days. It's either 88 or 89 days.
Something like 89 days. So starting on the 21st, which is this week, 21st, 22nd. It's like 4 a.m. So like Thursday, Friday this week, through to the spring equinox sometime in March.
Or April. I can't remember when it is.
I think it should be March because that's about 3 months.
It's 88 and some fraction of days away from the 21st of December.
Anyway, so pick small goals because if you want a full bingo card, you have to complete something every roughly 3.5 days.
Give or take, yeah. So literally down to weaving in ends, mending one item. Like we went small. I mean, I was hoping it would encourage Diane to get through her mending basket. But she didn't pick anything like that.
Nah.
No.
That might be more of a spring thing because it'll be like a spring cleaning, like clean all the stuff, mend it, get it out of here.
See, my brain goes springtime is what I want to cast on for summer garments. Like that's when I want to put a dress on the needles. It's when I want to make like an anemone sweater, like things that go over tank tops. Like I'm going to want to be crafting garments at that point. So I'm going to use the depths of winter to get through some work log stuff, which is finishing sewing projects, getting the mending pile down to 0 again. Like right now, about 3 or 4 items, so I'd like to get rid of them. You know, the little thing. I did put on my squares, a couple of my squares. I put complete the January squares, complete the February squares. I did complete the February 2-week sweater challenge because that's right around the corner for me. Right around the corner for me.
I'm going to see if I can get some measurements from the Charlies so that I can do one of their sweaters.
I feel like you just need to run around their apartment and bap them on the heads till they stop long enough that you take the measurements. And you inform them that they will give you a first, second, and third choice of color right now.
I have a fairly good idea of the colors, but I really need measurements.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I have to do half the time. I'll ask for things. I'm like, cool, what's your measurement? No response. I'm like, I will hunt you down. I will hunt you down and I will sit on you while I take the measurement. And I am a large human. You will not enjoy this process. And then I will be angry because I had to get up and run after you. So I will be grumpy and I'll be sitting on you at the same time while I take your measurements. Just tell me how big it is, this piece. I need to know the circumference of your hand. Give 2 options. do it yourself or deal with grumpy Jocelyn when I get to you. I usually get the measurements at that point.
Jude says, borrow a jumper you know fits. The problem with that is they share sweaters, and so I don't know what fit each of them prefers. Oversized, I guess. Maybe I should just make 2 sweaters the same size. Make 2 identical sweaters. Here.
Here you go. You didn't give me dimensions, so you got whatever I made you. Possible? Possible. Or you give them 2 identical sweaters and go, Gilbert does a sweater, and you were taking too long. You get what you get now. Because those colors look good on your cat.
Cat is going to get a matching sweater as well, but I need to get the yarn, and in order to get the yarn, I need to know measurements, so I know how big the sweater has to be, so I know how much yarn I need, and then...
Yeah, because if you get that in the spring, you could cast on the sweater, and you could do a sweater each quarter. For the last 3 quarters, you could do adult sweater, cat sweater.
And it's the Steinkrieger. It's a very quick pattern. It's chunky yarn.
Yeah. Which is helpful. What was I doing? I was doing things that are... Because Diana is traveling for the 1st of January, podcast anniversary cast-on party, so if you're joining us for that, you can cast on a blanket of your choice. Diana's yarn will be Ontario,
not with me.
And she will be in Manitoba, so she will not be casting until she goes home. I'll be casting on the 1st because I am at home, so that works. Or I'll be running around like a mad person the 1st of January, and I will be finding an 8mm hook because that's what I need. Still not sure if I'm going to do the study in snow blanket by the Crochet Car.
Something about studying snow.
I think it's study of snow. I'm either doing that one because I agree with you, it's a very pretty pattern, or I'll just do a nice clean corner to corner and let the yarn speak for itself. I have not committed yet. What I will probably do is on the 1st of January is I will do a corner to corner swatch at a granny square style swatch and see what I like. And then make the decision on the 1st. So I think that's what I'm going to do. We're doing ginormous bread spreads to go over beds. We both have 2 kilograms worth of yarn. Diana could probably show her yarn because she's got it.
Oh, it's in the closet, and yeah.
Oh, jeez. We're using
it's over there.
Anniversary cake yarn.
Yes, the big kilogram cakes of yarn, and we have 2.
I'm not supposed to know what my colors are till Christmas.
I don't remember what your colors are. I didn't remember what my colors were until I looked at them the other day.
Mine are wrapped under the tree. It's huge. It's like it takes up a good chunk of under the tree. So it's sitting there ready for me for Christmas, but I'm not supposed to know till Christmas. So I can't show you. It's
completely a surprise.
It is a surprise. So that's fine. What else we got started? On the 1st of January, I'm starting a 65-day Granny Square challenge with Louise. It is not my first go at that challenge. Years ago. Actually, the year we started podcasting. Think about it. 8 years ago then. Because we've got, our 9th anniversary coming up in March?
Started in 2017, right?
I'd actually have to go look.
Does anybody know when we started this podcast? I don't remember.
I remember it was the year you got married, it was the year I had surgery, and it was the year we did the Crochet Square Challenge.
We started
I remember the important
when I was in
details.
Between jobs, which means 2017.
Must have been 2017.
2017.
Which means in 2025, we'll be working through our 9th year. Because 2027 will be 10 years. So 2026 will be 9 years. So we're working through our 9th year because you celebrate at the end of the year.
Okay, yeah, so it'll be 8th. Yeah, because we did 7th anniversary this year.
Yeah, so it'll be 8th anniversary.
Next year.
Yep. Oh, wow, we've been doing this for a while. Okay, quick, everybody, do the math. Oh my god, that's so much. Okay. The moral of the story is I'm not redoing the Learn to Crochet 365-day Granny Square challenge because I already know how to crochet. I am doing a timed interval for every day of the year to get through some crochet blankets that I want to get done. So I need to sit down and still do the timing of how long it takes to wind a mini skein of yarn and then crochet that mini skein of yarn. And that's how much time I'm going to commit daily to the project. So in theory, I should have like 2 blankets done at the end of the year, if not more. And we're not talking small blankets. We're talking king size bedspread size. So like behemoth blankets. That's what I would like to get done next year, is at least 2 blankets. If I pick a smaller blanket after the big opening one, then I'd like to get 3 blankets done. Like if I'm doing a couple of single-sized bed ones or like nice-sized couch blankets, I'd like to get a few more done than 2, if that makes sense. And for me, that does include matching pillow, keeping track here. I like matching pillowcases to go with my bedspreads. Yeah, I
Mom
understand.
says we started
I'm also
before she moved to Sask
human.
in 2015. That can't be right. Did I know you in 2015?
We knew each other shortly after we started dating the brothers. Since you started dating yours about the same time I started dating the one I was dating.
Okay, 2011. I don't know.
Do the math.
Pretty sure it's 2017. Anyway, it's been a while.
I will go look after. The YouTube will tell us when we started going on YouTube, but we'd have to go back into the audio ones to see the original release dates.
Also says the first episode on YouTube was February 2018, and we did a year of audio before that, so 2017.
So 27, yeah, because we started audio just after my abdominal.
Yep.
Yeah, because we're like, I think both of us are like, yeah, how long is this gonna last?
Yeah, when I tell a story, it's like, yeah, I definitely thought that was gonna last like 6 weeks. It would be that thing that we tried that one time.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but nope, it's a staple.
Like 8 years later, here we are.
Here we are. Still doing this. That's fine. It'd be weird to stop at this point. It'd be weird. I wouldn't know what to do with my week on Sunday. I'd be like, but I'm not recording. This doesn't make sense. I know, because sometimes we change our recording day and I struggle.
And then it's weird, yeah.
It's weird. Which is fine. What else we got starting in 2025? I did the bingo cards, podcast anniversary. I'm doing the 365 challenge with Louise. February is the 2-week sweater challenge. So if you join me and Louise for that, I already know what sweater I'm going to work on. So I'm already prepped for that. And I think that's all we've got upcoming real quick. Oh, Patreon members, don't forget, in January, we will have the first quarterly ENIT where all of the tiers will be invited. So the first level and up. And then we also have the fail along for higher Patreon members. We've put it off a couple of times, but we're going to do embroidery or cross stitch. Me and Diana are going to try to give that a go live on the internet for Patreon members, and we'll see how we do. And then I've been trying to bully Diana into doing some fireside chat or co-working streams where we sit and help her rip her things. Because, yeah, she's got a lot of stuff to rip.
Apparently just not a thing that's going to happen unless you babysit me.
I'm pretty sure at this point, yeah.
We'll see where there's time for that to slot in, because that's going to have to be some Saturday afternoon.
I have no idea where we're going to fit that in, but that pile just keeps getting bigger and bigger, but you don't deal with it. So I feel like, okay, we're at babysitting territory now.
Yep. It's especially big now because it's got the crochet pants attached to the kilogram of our anniversary cake.
It's going to be just huge at this point. Your poor floor.
Actually, I have ripped out a few things, so it's actually not as bad as you think. It's just
okay,
it's like 2 shopping bags.
Okay,
it's not like 60, bad. Like you're probably thinking, but it's 2 rather contained shopping bags. It's not that bad.
Okay. How big are the shopping bags?
Like your standard size shopping bag.
Like plastic or reusable?
Like the reusable shopping bags.
Okay, which is bigger than the plastic?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We also have the yard organization. Structure that.
Yeah, that's going to have to be yet another Saturday. We'll see how that slots in, along with everything else.
Their Saturdays are so full. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. We'll figure it out. All right. I think that's it. I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we got nothing other than whip sprints upcoming for the rest of the year and the release of the ever-anticipated State of the Whip. I am editing that as we speak. It's a bit of a behemoth editing project, but that's going to take a hot second.
I've already changed the totals from when we recorded.
Oh, good. That's helpful. All right, you guys, until next week, I'm going to say I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to craft.
Craft! 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 Don't forget to craft. 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 Craft.